So the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer just dropped. I'm going to do a full breakdown of it. I assume this first part is right after Far From Home, where he just takes MJ, swings up there, and I don't know, they get interrogated by the police and they get brought in, I guess. Now the second part of the trailer, this could very well be Miles Morales' mother, or Peter in a variant universe. Okay, and this next part, I think this could be Doctor Strange and Peter having a fight on a train or fighting something on a train for some reason. It could be Doc Ock, could be anyone like that. And then I love how they're bringing back in the part where Stephen Strange is gonna save Peter from the whole world going in like they had in the Doctor Strange movie. I love how they're bringing that effect into this movie, and it's a really cool effect. This part here gives me Spider-Man 3 vibes. If you know what I mean, when they're on the web at the beginning of the movie when the symbiote drops down to the earth. I also think by this point in the movie he's somewhat cleared his name because he's not in a jail cell or anything like that. And then that's what I was talking about earlier. They're swinging through the city. I love how Jameson's back. It's amazing. And he's public enemy number 1, so this is kind of a worldwide phenomenon. That's why he goes to Strange and wants to fix it and everything. So here's where he's being interrogated in cuffs, like I said he was earlier. And I'm pretty sure this is Matt Murdock. He's got to be his lawyer. So maybe here, the devil part, they could be nodding to Mephisto, because you never know, Peter in the comics went to Mephisto after his identity was revealed and did things and just kind of got his help, and it went bad and everything, which I feel could happen. And why would he go back to his high school? Why would he go there? I don't understand. I understand he has to, but he's kind of the number one criminal. They think he's the number one criminal. Why would he go back to his high school? I don't know. And this is interesting because I feel this movie takes place between July and December. Because there's Halloween and the snow and the behind the scenes and whatever leaked images. So that's a possibility that this is a long, huge thing. This must be a long ass movie. It has to be. And again, I said here he goes to Doctor Strange to get help. And for some reason it's all snowy in the background. Maybe it's some sort of spell gone wrong. Hopefully we learn more about that during the movie. Feast. This is Feast right here. And that black suit looks so sick. I don't know what he could be chasing. I have no idea what he could be chasing. But you never know. You never know. And I just want to go back here for a second. This could be very well how they introduce Miles. He works for Feast. He somehow meets his mother somewhere. She supports him, something like that. And Peter gets him to work for Feast. That could be very well how they introduce Miles Morales. It's a post-credit scene. I think the post-credit scene will be for Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, but there could be 2. Or maybe that's part of one of the 2 Shang-Chi post-credit scenes. I don't know what they could be. I'm extremely excited for that. I think Peter stepping into the spell or whatever screws it whole thing up and it breaks out to all the Spider-Man variant universes. Because he's floating, he's spinning. And you never know. This movie's just gonna be so insane. I think he just broke the timeline, or just made it worse than what happened in Loki, and could have very well brought Toby and obviously Doc Ock and the Lizard and just brought all the Sinister Six, maybe even more than the Sinister Six, into the universe. Toby and Andrew and all that. Very well could have happened. And here I really think Doctor Strange and Peter got into some sort of disagreement where he has to make sure Peter doesn't do something stupid or something like that. And then here in this next part, he's hitting him out, trying to show him something, maybe a future. And I don't know what that box is in his hand, but it's got to be something to do with their fight, maybe. I have a theory that Happy could die somehow in this situation that he's kind of been put in by Peter's identity being revealed. So, he could be in trouble here. Right here in this quick clip, that quick clip if you pause, in the last clip I just watched, I think that's a Lizard in some sort of cage that's been transported to his universe from Andrew's universe, because that's definitely the Lizard. Or possibly a symbiote. It could be a symbiote, but that's unlikely. Now this is a very interesting photo. That looks like Sandman trying to save Peter from Electro, the comic book accurate Electro. And it's right because like Sandman at the end of Spider-Man 3 kind of told Peter how like, oh, he didn't do all this on purpose, killing Uncle Ben and everything. So he could be like on the good side and not really a part of the Sinister Six. Because if they added him in, even though he is an original member from the comics, it wouldn't really make too much sense. Since I think the Vulture and Scorpion, because they're in Homecoming, Mysterio, Doc Ock, Green Goblin, and Electro will be it. So he could be helping, but you never know, he might die. For anyone saying it's not Willem Dafoe, shut up. Just shut up. That was his laugh. That's the OG Goblin Bomb. But I have more to say about this, but we'll get back to that later. Now here, Doc Ock is back. And oh my god, am I excited for this.
Hello, Peter.
But this seems to be, like, he's like saying hello Peter, but I don't really know how we even know his name other than, like, obviously it being revealed. But if that spell worked, then I don't really know how he would just come into the universe or know. So maybe he's not actually talking to the Peter Parker. To the Peter Parker we think he's talking to. It could be Toby. My other theory is whatever he said, he might have said hello again, Peter, but it was cut out for the trailer version because that happens a lot in Marvel movies. So maybe. Now I think Peter might have to fight not Electro, Green Goblin and Doc Ock at the same time as they come into the same place from the same universe, because this is the exact same bridge from the Green Goblin part. So if that's the fight, oh my god, it's going to be insane. I think there'll be more than one Spider-Man in this fight, but you never know. Okay, now these are just my extra thoughts, but during the trailer, when he's being crowded by all those people, that's right after the Far From Home post-credit scene, so I'd like to see what happens there. But I think Aunt May will die, because, or unless it's like Peter losing like MJ's memory of him, but at the end of every trilogy, Captain America loses shield, Thor loses hammer, Iron Man gets rid of the arc reactor. You never know what he's going to lose here. Maybe Ned, but I think it could be the end of the road for Aunt May. But actually, now I think about it, it really could be Ned. I actually kind of think it will be Ned more. It might be Ned. I really think it could be. But holy, seeing Doc Ock and Green Goblin back, that fight is going to be insane. The Sinister Six are coming. Oh my god. I don't know if I said this already, but wow, that black suit, sorcerer's suit, I think it is. But it'll be something to do with Doctor Strange. It's got to be something to do with like fighting, I don't know, Electro or something. Because he was using that in that scene where it looks like it's Electro and Sandman. Oh, I just can't wait. And I really think this is the movie where Peter really learns to, like, with great power comes great responsibility, and what it has to be like to be Spider-Man. And that's why maybe, like, he might just have to lose MJ and everything like that. And I really have no idea who it could have been walking in on Peter and Aunt May in their apartment. But I feel like it could have been someone like Tobey Maguire, Matt Murdock, anything like that, to be able to, like, help in the situation that they were put in. Because maybe that was after the scene where Doctor Strange casts the spell. Anyways, I couldn't be more hyped for this movie. This is very nostalgic for me. The Spider-Man trilogy is how I got into Marvel, and just Marvel movies and being super into movies in general. So yeah, December can't come soon enough.